Oh! Oh! Woo! Sweat down! Yeah. I'm back! I'm back! I'm back! I'm back! I'm back! Get up off of that thing and dance to you better. Get up off of that thing and dance to you. Sing it now. Get up off of that thing and dance to you better. Get up off of that thing. Try to release that pressure. Get up off of that thing and shake the you better. Get up off of that thing and shake the say it now. Get up off of that thing and shake the you better. Get up off of that thing and try to release that pressure. Get up off. Huh. Good God. So good. Huh. Everybody ready? Follow me. Get up off of that thing and shake the you better. Get up off of that thing and shake the you. Say it now. Get up off of that thing and shake the you better. Get up off of that thing and try to release that pressure. Get up off of that thing and twist the you better. Get up off of that thing and shake you. Sing it now. Get up off of that thing and shake you better. Get up off of that thing and try to release that pressure. So good. Ohio players. Here's in the sunshine. Check this out. I want you to get up off of that thing and dance with you better. Get up off of that thing. Follow me. Get up off of that thing and dance with you better. Get up off of that thing and try to release that. Wait a minute. So funky. I need it. That's a wide brother. That's a wide good. Very good.
Get up off of that thing and shake until you feel better. I like that song for today. Get up off of that thing and shake until you feel better. There's a lot of people. You can't chew on stuff. Okay. Somebody's a little round. Yeah, Lily's a little round up. Okay, so she been don't mess with my pink tie. Okay, it's wrong. Do not mess with my pink tie. Psst. Don't. She ain't from a black family, okay? Because she getting sassy sometimes. In black family, you don't be getting sassy. You mess with my pink tie, we're gonna have a problem. Not on the air though, because I don't need evidence. Okay. We got a lot to talk about tonight, in the morning. Okay, I know. You just let me know when you do go out. Okay, she's getting bossy already, but I try to pay attention. Try to pay attention. Yeah. So I didn't even stop twitching. She's twitching like she want to jump up here and do something or something, but she got to be tired now. That was at least a minute or two or whatever. Okay, so before we get started down the hole, down the rabbit hole, it's great when you have, well, you guys, y'all still got my hat on. So, y'all know I'm serious. What you looking at? You want the hat? Here, you can have it. She want the hat. I got the badge too. All right. And she's hoofing me. She don't even know what the badge is, but the badge is a little cooler since I brought it out later. Okay, so anyway, before we get started on all the stuff tonight, You always, people always want to know what you're reading. What you're reading. I'm like, what the hell? No, all right, you know what? Bring it. So this is what I'm reading. Okay, so I didn't think about the green part. It's a little hard to show on the thing. But the Four Agreements, and it's written by Don Miguel Ruiz, Ruiz. So I think that's Spanish, so I should be able to say that, but I'm going to say maybe it's something else. Okay, yeah, I had friends that hooked me up with stuff that's a good book right there. That's a real good book, and it's been helped. I've been so Lily's been reading the book too, and I think it's helped her. She's shaking her head no. Okay, no, you just be quiet down there because you're not on camera right now. We had to set that up there. I'm going to set up a couple of cameras so she can be on the camera. I got to get my Stream Deck set up. Okay, but Louie, she agrees that this is a good book, and she says she read it herself one day when I was doing something, and she's breathing hard. And it saved me a free trip to the freezer. Well, trips, because she's kind of small. She would have to make several trips to get me in the freezer. Okay, shh. I don't want to give her any ideas. Okay, so you guys know that we're going to just share the screen here because I'm here. Oh, I got somebody here. Okay, if you want to talk, you can come up here and talk with me or something. Why are you looking at me like you want to jump on me or something? In case it's evidence. If you jump on me now. Okay, so you want to talk to some people? They're right there. I'm trying to work right now. You ate all your treats for the last 2 days. Okay, now let me do my work. She's doing a great job now. Out front, she was running all around with the neighbors. I was walking in with the groceries, and she's all had the groceries. And I couldn't hit the little thing. I got the little trainer thing on to let you know she's. It's like when I was younger, I used to work in that bar. People, oh, you're a bouncer? No, I'm not a bouncer. I'm not trying to throw nobody out. I'm a decision maker or a noticer. Yeah, I have a friend that's a noticer. That yeah. Or, I want to help people make good decisions before they got to be bouncing and shit, because that's a lot of work. I mean, I don't mind working hard if I absolutely have to, but if I don't have to, it's kind of like what we do, headed down the non-conventional path. Okay, anything that you're doing inside of their conventional program, okay, she's hoofing that. Now you got that right, girlfriend. She's coming up here to say, right. She said that anything in the conventional program is BS because statutes and codes are not valid laws. They don't have enacting clauses. They don't have titles. Okay, my 13-year-old granddaughter Jocelyn yells at me for, you don't care? She says she don't care. I can put my okay, but she don't know what it means. Titles are bodies. Okay, it's not valid laws. Okay, so anyway, so these and these attorney people, they're getting, because more people are doing it, they're getting a little grumpy from getting punched in the face. You don't care about those damn attorneys, do you? Okay, I didn't think she did. She laid back down. And so, they're trying to cause problems. I sent out the email to everybody, and what is what I do when people, invest in the premium service. Email everybody out, especially the Rico stuff. Email that out to everybody, all the court people. I email it. I'm telling y'all this. Y'all can do the shit too. Okay, I email it out to the federal court people because that's where we're headed. We're headed over to the federal court people. We're headed over to and so I email it to all of the state court players that are operating the RICO operation, and then I send it to federal court people because the whole goal here is do the counterclaim strategy, stop the state court process, bam, and then fire stuff over in federal court. And then once the parties are served, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You can go and pull up the divorce case dismissed, my foster kids divorce case. Yeah, that was the first one that I was involved in that I can brag about without. You all right? She's down here sneezing. That's just me. I knew I got allergies. She's the one sneezing. Okay, but you can pull that up, and it was like 9 months or 8 months or something that we beat their face down until we. And once you do that, it's a wrap. Serve everybody, and then I teach people to order the federal court judge to demand they come to the settlement table. Now, if the magistrate judge gets involved in your case, then that's going to be a problem because the magistrate judge is not the magistrate judge is a lesser judge and does not have a legal authority to be involved in anybody's case without the signed consent from all parties. 436, one of their rules or canons or whatever the hell it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'm a freak like that. Okay. But you don't have to look up the rules. Just Google magistrate judge consent form in your state, and you'll pull up the form that's supposed to be signed. And sometimes they give that to you to sign. Most of the time, they don't even worry about it. And so I filed a case for a friend of mine in Arizona here to stop her stuff over there. We have all kind of ways of doing shit. And she asked me, have you ever done that before? I'm like, dude, are you kidding me right now? All the shit that people done before ain't helping nobody. I mean, we have stuff that we've done before, but why should I do the same thing? Hell, maybe they're all on a speed dial across the nation or something. I don't know. But I don't like doing the same thing. I like bringing some other shit to the table. That's when you roll without limitations. Okay, that's the kind of way that you handle shit. That's how I do. I'll figure out another shit. One day, I was challenged. Can you shut down the court's money? That was the challenge. And I got free dinner and drinks. It took me almost 2 weeks. All right, but I'm gonna tell you how to do that. How to shut down the court's money. All right. So the spending clause in the Constitution mandates that the state does not qualify for federal funding if they violate the Fifth Amendment or people's due process. I think it was those two. There was two. And they violate that every day when they drag your ass and do shit when they're operating from their administrative. Okay. And so if they violate that, then they don't qualify for federal funding. So what does that mean? You can Google the federal funding that your state receives, and you'll see that it's quite a bit. Okay, so what? So what? So we put that. What? We put that. You see? That's you up there, Missy. You see, that's you. What? Yes. Okay, that's you. She's getting a little worked up. That's the first time she's actually seen herself in the camera up there. That's you. Look, it's me. It's me and you. Okay, we trying to do a show right here. It's okay. Okay, you need to get down. Okay, okay, you can get down if you want to get down. Yeah, but you're only getting down one time and you're not coming back up here. Que quieres más? Okay, she wants. Want to get down? Okay, so she's, we haven't worked on this part yet. she finally laid down. Okay, can I finish my work? Okay. I think she was worried about my safety. She acted that way when I whipped out the broom. Okay, most dogs when whip out the broom, they're out the back door or whatever. I mean, if they've been beat with the broom, you know. But no, oh, she was okay. So I'm like, okay, shit. So the first 5 days she was here, she just tore paper all over the floor. And I was like, you know what? That's saving some other shit. So what the hell? And I noticed a little bit of I watched her when I picked her out of the dog pound. I watched how she was. She was showing off. She made eye contact with me. She was communicating. And she had a little bit of nervous situation going on. Like she was not happy to be in that freaking place, and her ass was going home today. But the paper situation has gotten a lot better. I got the broom out and seen about the paper, and she was having a fit, so I had to put her in. I had to put her in the pen, so I got the floor cleaned up. But the second time, she was fine with it. So okay, so I think we're. Hello, spoke at spoke. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you guys make it. It's kind of last minute. And, you know, it's late. But you know what? The people that show up last minute late always like to throw something on the table to increase the value of hanging out last minute late. I sit on this table thing and my puppy's underneath there. She's doing all right though. She was thinking that music needed to be turned down because it had to have it right here by the. So we got to work on that. I got approval for that. But seeing herself seeing herself in in the camera was the situation. Okay, so we got the stairs handled. We've been working on the stairs. Well, actually, we just went. It didn't take her very long to do the stairs. So she's up and down the stairs. Okay, then I have like a hut, and I move it out from the wall. And for her, I started at 21 inches to see if she would walk through it behind it with the and bam, it was no problem. I moved it down there like 12 inches, and she stopped and hesitated for a second, but she trusted me and she came and walked through it anyway. That was pretty impressive. So the golden doodle that I trained would not walk behind the bed, but there was like this much space between the wall and the end of our bed, and she would not walk. Maybe once or twice, but not enough to say she's a service dog. And okay, so these things teach you how the dog's going to react in small spaces, in elevator, or if you have to walk down the stairway of the elevator, or those kinds of. I'm busy. Why are you whining? You ain't hungry. You want to talk too? You can get up here and talk. What you got to talk? No, did you need to make your script? Okay. What? I don't she don't think I have one. Okay. So I'm going to someone's my friend's messaging me. So to let her know I'm live right now. Okay, so this is the first time she saw herself in the camera. So I guess I need to get the mirror thing up so she can see herself in the mirror. Now we got a couple of mirrors, but they're kind of tall. I need to get her one that's yeah. And we're working on the lease. Today was a lot better. We have the little beep that, but most of it is that her attention span is shorter than the TikTok. One guy told me attention span TikTok people. I'm just okay. I probably should just move. I probably should just move on. Yeah, so Coach's Kitchen over there on the other channel is going to be turned into the Lily Show or something show for Lily. And so for y'all happy guys that want to see the recipes, y'all gonna have to go to the playlist for Coach's Kitchen. I got but I don't feel like I got punched too hard because I did a video, the first cooking thing. I think I had 88 people, and and it lasted about an hour and 45 minutes or whatever it was. And so I'm a dog. The first video I posted from a dog, she had 700 and something people look at the video in like in the first 9 hours. Okay, so I didn't even know. So we just gonna, we're gonna get her a handler, someone to take care of that side of it and do that stuff, and then she's gonna have the Lily Show, the legal Lily, the legal dog, super Lily. I mean, and we got outfits and everything already. Okay, so let's just we're done with all that nice stuff. Oh wait, I think I missed this. The banker's whistleblower. Can you tell us the story? What story are you talking about? Because I'm moving around a lot. And then we had Bogov. Oh, Gappy. Yeah, she's on lunch right now, so she. Yeah, we're working out this new arrangement because before we had her on the table over here, and so we couldn't interact and stuff. So she's going to be part of the show. She's going to have her own. She's going to have her own channel over there on Coach's Kitchen. We haven't worked out the name and all that stuff yet. So we're going to meet the new promoter, and then we're gonna get going from there. Already good. I've been communicating with the new promoter, but it just I don't know business. I just like to see people's eyes. So I'm I person, and I like to not I me I. Come on now, stick with me. Anyway, so I didn't know if you guys ever, I have a friend of mine that's dealing with HOA situation in Sarasota, Florida, and their attorneys are pretty much are pretty much violating are pretty much violating a lot of people. And so, we're like addressing that with the RICO package for eviction, foreclosure, whatever. And some people are really grumpy. And I mean, some people are really grumpy. So, I send out the email. If you invest in the premium service, then I send the email out with the documents to everybody. I send it out to everybody that I can find in the court. And, when you bring a RICO to the table and you do that, then it's kind of a situation for the few smart people that get included in the group. Because the way they set up the RICO thingy, okay, if you're aware of it, then you're a co-conspirator. You don't even have to know exactly what the thing was. If you're aware of it and you didn't do shit, then I mean, so we don't do stuff to have the judge rule or answer to their stuff. We trump their ass and figure out a way to hold them liable for the reason why they're able to do what they did, not the what. We want to address why they were able to do what they did, because you can address the what all day long, like y'all been doing, and then you're just going to be arguing back and forth, talking about rules, shit that they put there for to slow your ass down because they got so many people. They need to slow you down until they get to you. I ain't playing. Y'all think I'm playing? I ain't playing. I've been doing this. I've been talking to people. Slow you down till they get to you. Now, I have a new friend of mine, and that friend was kind of joking around and said, said, I could sign, I could like change my name to the homeowners association or something. And she was just kind of joking around. Oh. I hear a story coming. Yeah. So I'm like, no, dude, that's a real thing. I have two attorneys, Joseph and Michael. I don't know what the other guy. They got disbarred, or they were getting disbarred, and they got in the program, and they were helping people, and people who are attorneys or coaches. If you invest in my program to start your coaching business or whatever, then you have like, I have some things I put next to your name if it comes up, so you can do your thing out the gate, punching people, and then if you have a situation or something you have a question about, you can get coaching over here behind the scenes, and these people over here. What? She's she wants to come up and say hi. You want to say hi to everybody? You're gonna be freaking out or what? Can you say hi? Okay, she's doing pretty good because at least she's not. Okay, so we're gonna. she's kind of, she's kind of checking it out. She's kind of relaxed. I think when I start getting worked up, she has to come up here because she needs to, just to make sure that I'm protected. Lord have mercy. But you know what? There's a thing, and there's always a thing. We learn how to sue people. Things change. Okay, so The situation we got going on now is the HOA in Sarasota has been throwing people under the bus, and some people decide they've been living under the bus long enough. So they're gonna get off underneath the bus. And so, we put together the package, and so the attorney, Mr. Dan Beckerman, Dan Freckerman, Dan Dan Lobeck, or man, Dan Lobecks. Okay, so I know those people that have the superior entitlement really hate it when you screw up their name. And they also hate when they get punched in the face. So he's a little mad, and I'm just, before we're going to look at some stuff, I'm just going to set y'all up. He's a little grumpy because of, well, the game plan that my customer, my client, okay, so y'all know this is my customer. Even if I did do something special on the backside and punch these people in the face by sending stuff out from my website, I'm not the one. No. They're the ones that I'm just over here hiding out. Okay, so Dan, the man, is a little grumpy because he's getting punched in the face. And he didn't like the email that I sent out. So he responded in the email to let everybody know that I was performing criminal activity. He's going to report me to the Kansas Attorney General and the Florida Attorney General for practicing law without a license now. Okay, so the problem is I have a license, and I got it from a website, and you guys can get one too. It's a federal license to practice the law. And so that means that he deflamed me. Deflamed. I kind of like that. We just turn into a new. Professionally defamed me. Piss my ass off professionally. Okay? Because ain't no attorney have no damn license in the first place. They have what they call a bar card. They gave themselves. Okay, I gave myself a license, not a bar card. So I trumped that shit, and it's for federal. So bam, so that's another. Okay, but when I take on a special project, okay, I ain't trying to go. That's how we got the fraudulent concealment. I was doing a project for my ex-wife. And I told her, no, I didn't want to go in with the same stuff, whatever. It took me a while. When I do a special project, I ain't playing. So I'm like, well, he already defamed me when he said that I didn't have a license, and he didn't even ask me. And then he looked what he posted in email was my LinkedIn shit. I don't even spend any time there. I haven't answered anybody there. I haven't been to that. He didn't even take time to Google my name. Oh, am I surprised? Hell no. Because attorneys are so used to having everybody kiss their ass. It's pretty late. Okay, so I'm just going to say what the hell I want to say. They're so used to everybody kissing their ass. They're like a gang operation. And if you hire an attorney that's young, and the people over there that got more money and pay for that old dude or do that, I ain't trying to be more asshole than I am to make the point. I'm not trying to be a racist. Okay. Your attorney gonna have to sit the hell down and do what they said and let them kick your ass and take your money and lie to you and Mr. Ron Lobeck. If your ass don't like what I'm saying, you just hit me up. hit me up and you can come to the stream and I'll put you a little square up there or whatever. I don't think you want to come here because I don't think you're going to make it past security. Okay, because I don't think you're going to make it past security. And the reason I say that is because, okay, so the rules that we use to train the security are the rules that my grandma taught us, okay? My grandma taught me that honest people have integrity. And I'm like, oh, honest people have integrity. So what's integrity is when you have good character. Okay, grandma on 10, what the hell's good character? Good character is when you do the right shit when ain't nobody looking. Mm. Good character is whether or not you're a leader out front or back there doing a bunch of stupid shit, but using your influence for the people that think you have good character to give your ass a break because you may be paid double or triple or whatever. I mean, I'm not talking about anybody particular yet. I'm just talking about what my grandma taught me. Okay. And so if that's the case, and everybody thinks you have good character and you've been like, you know, walking around with a really nice badge that didn't come Amazon or whatever, and then someone looks okay, so let's just start with myself. Okay, I looked up my own ass. How about that? Because I'm talking shit, I'm backing it up, and I got thinking, I mean, I ain't never had no trouble controlling where the fire burns with these fools. Okay, because people get in my program and they're all worried about this, worried about that. Okay, all of the shit they're doing is fraud and bullshit. So you don't have to worry about all of that stuff. But let's just do a screen share. And well, okay, this is me. Now, I'm not sure how to work this. So the frame before this was, if you Google my name and it pulls up, then all this stuff. And you scroll down and you click on, the criminal records, if there's criminal records. Yeah, so that's where that's it right there. But let's see if we're okay. There we go. And right here is the top. And these names that they're showing here are all of my family, pretty much. And then it shows email addresses and the phone numbers. Now, what you have to do is you have to take this when you get here, and then you research it. If it didn't come out to what you thought it was, or whatever, you copy and paste the information, and then you make sure that you add all of this stuff to your notes, and then you check out if these weren't my family members. Then you would check out each one of those, and one of those names would lead you to the original name that started all of that. So let's just let's stop the sharing and move over. So I have to share again to show you guys. Mr. Lobeck's. This is Mr. Daniel Lobeck. Now, just like before, and I'll scroll up to the top when we're done here, so you can see. And I'm not 100% sure these are all his stuff. It says his name on it, and he's welcome to come to the stream and clear this up because I don't know if he's an attorney and he's helping people. Honesty, integrity, it all. I don't know. It starts out with, I think, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, or maybe my grandma's wrong. It starts out with good character, and so like there's one Daniel Lobeck. I don't know what's that one. Change of passing when meeting oncoming vehicle. Oh, that sounds kind of dangerous. It doesn't have the fine amount or none of that stuff. That's just there is case number, so you could. Oh, here's one. Here's another one. Proof of insurance required. I didn't know what that means. Improper stopping and standing, parking, bridge, tunnel, crosswalk, intersection. I don't know. Now, I had a non-bar attorney tell me sometimes they have words in here that don't make sense, so people understand why. And sometimes have really high fines because they paid double or triple so that it wouldn't show exactly what it was in the thing. Because the government is interested in making money. They ain't interested in taking nobody off the street or doing anything right. Look at this. This person is somebody that represents people or corporation and kicks people out of their condos, out of their HOAs, out of their houses. And speed road required. Traffic control devices failed to obey. And that one was, $1,100. I don't know. That's pretty expensive. Driver's license, $1,100. I don't know. Traffic control device failed to obey. That's seatbelt driver law. See, another one. Control device failure to obey. Traffic control device failure to obey. I don't know if these are all Dan's traffic, but I don't know if I would want him to be my. Oh wait, I wouldn't have an attorney anyway, so I guess that doesn't apply. Traffic control, unlawful speed in the county. Doesn't have his fines down here, or the court statute, or the court offense. Only has case number. I wonder why all that stuff is missing. That's interesting. Expired registration, 6 months or less. Traffic control device failure to obey. Those are just other things about him. And we'll just go back up here to the top. Daniel J. Lobeck. So, I'm not 100% sure that's him, but it looks like him. It looks like the law office of Lobeck in Roe. I mean Lobeck. Yeah, and my customer is looking up Miss Michelle Rowe, but it's going to have to be another hole. And those are all the phone numbers. In case anybody needs to catch up with Mr. Dan, the man there. And he has a bunch of email addresses, so we just emailed all of them just to make sure he gets our stuff. Okay, so So my question, well, we got one more screens there. Yeah, there's their big fancy website. And what they're doing to the fighter that's in the ring is they're going after her for roof repairs and assessments and all this stuff. And they already got a judgment. They call it a lien because of the roof repairs. But there's where it says lien, if you look at the court paperwork, it is a dash and then it says foreclosure. It's a lien foreclosure. They don't tell people it's a foreclosure, they just tell you it's a lien. Most people don't even figure out it's a lien foreclosure until they get past the judgment and then at that point they don't know where to start, and it's a very short amount of time before you're in the UD court and they're showing up too. And these guys fraudulently concealed the whole thing. They don't tell people they're in a foreclosure. They tell you it's a lien. It's a lien against your HOA or whatever. Okay, so the whole HOA thing, in my opinion, is total BS. Okay, you don't own nothing if you're an HOA. They'll tell you own this, y'all own your individual home. That's corporate bullshit. I'm just saying. That's corporate bullshit. And corporate bullshit, that shit works as long as all the attorneys agree to it, all the assholes together agree to it, it works. That's the way it goes. Now, the people that are getting screwed, it don't work for them, but what do? I mean, most people don't have, by the time you figure out in this situation that you got screwed, your shit's already thrown out in the freaking, all because these people, they hide behind the corporate crap, and officers of the HOA are hiding behind the corporate crap. And so here's my question to all the people that in the HOA that think they own some shit: how much of the property do you own? You don't have a deed for the property. Okay, if I'm suing the person that's jamming my ass up on the HOA bullshit, I don't care if it's a lien for parking for $5. Okay, if I'm suing their ass, I want to include the people that's getting money from the property. Because people say, oh, the HOA is a corporation. Oh, you got to this, you got to that. Oh wait. Oh, yeah, I know from my experience, and one of my best friends is, okay, the LLCs, you can hide behind that shit. You can have LLC for this, a sub LLC for that, a semi sub top of the bottom sub is, and they set it up that way for corporations to skate around and screw people over to make money for the corporations. Now, I'm talking to make money for the government because they charge your ass whether you make money or not. I'm just, how many of y'all went through COVID? Did the IRS give your ass a break? I don't think so. I haven't heard anybody that did. So I'm just saying, these people trick people out of their property by telling them there's a lien and whatever, and it's not a lien. It's a foreclosure situation. And they're lien jumping. They can't lien jump up to the top of the And if you're facing this problem, you should go to my website at winningcourtnow.com and get one of the packages to cloud your title. Fraudulent conveyance, fraudulent less pendants. You can just put that in your in there, where they got your deed at, or you can file in your case if they already have as judicial notice. The fraudulent conveyance lets all the parties know that they're trying to steal your property with the shuffle of paperwork. And then the notice of less pendants letting them know that you're putting a lien on your own property. Now, Mr. Dan Lobeck, my people moved their ass up to the number one lien holder because they're challenging the illegal mortgage loan. Okay. Or the illegal HOA loan, the illegal money that these people got stored out. So why was it illegal? Okay, think of it this way. If there were several people that owned property, all of those owners would have to be present to sign that lien, right? Mm-hmm. So the fact that the alleged lender accepted the homeowner's signature on that shit proves that they owned it already. And I smell stink. Oh, attorneys get mad at this point, start calling me names and shit. And I tell them, look, I'm not as smart as y'all asses. I'm not. I played football in college. I boxed after that. I raised a bunch of kids. I did foster care. I'm not that smart. So I had to keep the shit simple. So here's my question. If your deed was not registered in the office, would the alleged lender be able to verify there was a loan against the property? I don't know, Mr. Lobeck. Maybe you or Miss Rowe, one of y'all asses could come to the stream and because that's my question. Back in the day, there was no register your property in their office bullshit. You kept your deed in your firebox and your safety under your mattress with your money out in the back with your go wherever. And if somebody wanted to get on your shit, they had to come to the table. They had to come to the table with something that was signed and notarized prior to yours. You didn't have to whip your shit out. Just meet the ass at the door with your shotgun. Okay, what's your date? No, dude, get the hell out of my property before I blow you out. Okay, I get a little carried away. Okay, so now they do what they call their constructive delivery. It's called a constructive delivery because that means that everything about that property before they registered it is never going to be talked about again. What does that mean, Coach? That means they just switch your property from private property that says in the Constitution, not once, but in two different places that's not supposed to be taxed. They switch it over once they get it constructively registered. They switch it over from private property to one of their three designations, which generally is agricultural, commercial, or residential. And residential means it's actually the property of a government official. And don't be calling me or emailing me asking me to send you proof of that. Okay, look that shit up just like I did. You ain't gonna find it on the front of shit or on attorneys' websites. Okay, residential. Okay, but Lawrence County, they got 13 qualifications. I didn't even want to see what that shit was. Okay, and then once you get your property registered, they start his property taxes to make you pay. Okay, so the property alleged mortgage for the property loan, the money, the loan, whatever that shit was created with your own signature. Mr. Lobeck and Miss Rowe, y'all ass ain't telling people that. That shit was created with your own signature. Well, there's a little more to it. Okay, you signed that shit. The bank didn't sign nowhere. Go get your paperwork out. Oh wait, they did sign up here after you left the table. They stamped pay to the order of on it, and then you the vice president or Linda Green, or there's one other famous robo signer, I can't think of that person. Sign that, and then they process it through the Federal Reserve after you left the table. Okay, so what started that was your signature down there on the bottom, the only signature on the damn thing. So, Mr. Lobeck, you can come and tell me I'm full of shit. I don't think so, okay? Because I've been smelling y'all shit for a real long time. And so, yeah, so that's what we got there. So I'm going to try not to make it personal, okay? It's personal. And I'm going to show you how personal it is. So let me stop this share. It's personal. We got to do another share. I get my stream deck set up and I'll be able to just flip over. Okay. Bam. This is what we got right here that we taking to the table. Well, right now it's a notice. I sent it to them as a notice. So let me give you a little backstory on this. Uh, yeah, Mr. Dan mentioned and emailed everybody don't know shit, and that he's reporting me because I'm practicing law without a license. I'm violating laws. Don't report me to here and report me over there. Okay, so I have 4 letters from the state of Florida already that well 3 counting this one that he would like to write, but I don't think we're going to get to that. Okay, let me stay focused. Okay, so he already defamed me by saying I didn't have a bar card. I mean, by saying I didn't have a license to practice law. And I do. I got it from, And so, I'm like, I have to put up with this shit all the time. So I'm pretty much done putting up with it. So here's what we're going to do about that. Right here, we added the Chaplain Lobeck Trust, and so we had to add Miss Joy Lobeck to the thing, and so my customer, who's like coach now, I just see it right now. The customer is going to be a coach badass. Let me know that Ms. Lobeck was an ex and there was somebody. But I'm interested in the trust, and we are going to find out what other assets are in the trust, because we're not just gonna, and we're gonna put a link. Well, we're already going in with the RICO. We're going to go into the RICO counterclaim. We're going to do this shit with the RICO counterclaim in state court. It's civil RICO. There's a civil RICO. Do your homework, guys, because I ain't playing. Civil RICO. And we're going to include the trust and then the assets of the trust. And Miss Joy, it's too bad she's, it's either her or my people. And, I don't, might be pay me $5. Bam, it's on. Joyce. Okay. You know what? Dan, you can stop this shit anytime, I think. I mean, I don't know. I'm not an attorney. I just said client because I know it triggers y'all stupid ass to superior entitled bullshit, and y'all start acting stupid. Okay. I don't know. See, this person makes her no. Yeah. So I'm going to the table with a notice complaining for professional defamation, fraudulent concealment, the Federal Debt Collection Act shit. Because in the email that he sent, at the bottom of the email, it said this was to collect the debt, and any information was going to be used for that. So, bam, we're throwing that right in there too. Even though, he's going to try to collect some kind of debt from me when I get done punching him in. I mean, teaching, yeah. Okay, so this is my punch right here. So, yeah, I can take the credit for this. When I get done punching his ass in the face, and you know what? I think I'm a little out of control. If their ass are going to, if he objects to anything that my client, I mean my customer, my client customer, whoever the hell it is, files, I'm going to file this complaint against his ass in federal court here in Kansas and make his ass come the hell down here and talk to me. Talk to somebody. I don't know how. Yeah. So I'm just showing it to everybody so his ass can see it too. Okay. You oppose to any of the documents that this person, you know who I'm talking about. I don't have permission to use his name. Is it her? Is it him? Is it him or her? Okay, sorry. I'm getting distracted. Dan, You know who I'm talking about. And I mean, this sounds like a good thing for me to do for any attorneys who oppose anything that people get from me. Because I had enough of y'all bullshit. Mm-hmm. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to fit, you know, how I'm going to fit all of, ow. But I know how we're going to work it out with Mr. Dan. So, Mr. Dan, the man, that's the plan. Okay. And, negotiation is always open, not for me, because I'm non-negotiable, not with y'all asses. Now, if the people that invested in the program um, tell me that I can stop posting my 10 videos a week, 10 videos a week with your name and your stuff in it, 10 videos a week. Soon, my YouTube channel is SEO. Soon, my videos are going to pull up underneath your websites, underneath all of your social medias, underneath everything, and the metadata. The metadata, because like I said, I don't play. I'm on the marketing because y'all know attorney has to be jamming me up because y'all don't like what I got to share with you. The metadata is going to say what people is going to show what people why they need to click on that. And so the metadata for there's quite a few. And if there's some other people in Sarasota that have the association kicking their ass out of the house, there's a good chance that these fools are the ones that's running the show. And you guys can stay tuned and see how this goes, because I already got a print out right there. And if they wanna, if they wanna object in court, then they're saying that my shit is trash, and I don't know what I'm talking about because I don't have a bar license. I do have one, and they ass don't. All they got is a card for state shit. And I'm sure that Miss Joy, if she's ex or current or whatever, is a little grumpy because I did let her know that when you add them to their own stuff, they can't represent each other. They can't represent themselves. They can't represent other members from the same corporation. And if you want to be an ass about it, which is kind of how the coach is, not me, it's kind of how the coach is in this situation, especially when Mr. Dan Lobeck is going to step up and talk shit and act like now he's going to get some, I don't know, some protection from the Kansas Attorney General, Miss Lynette Baker. She already tried to shut me down 3 times, and I'm still here. So, and I'm talking shit. So so okay, so dude, y'all ass know that y'all can't do shit to me unless you can get the federal government on board for some kind of way to come get up in my face again. And I don't think they want to get in my face again because the federal government has it. Well, they call it a 98% conviction rate. It's actually a damn plea rate. 98% plea rate is what they have. Okay. And I'm not a deal taker. I don't take the damn deal. I don't take the deal. They offered me the deal, and they offered me the deal twice. The last time they offered me the deal, well, the first time they didn't verify. The second time they verified the deal, and it pissed me off. It wasn't pissed me off. They were trying to get me to lie on my wife, my ex-wife now, but my wife at the time of my high school sweetheart. No, what pissed me off was they paid all these snitches to lie. They got them out of jail. They gave them money and did all this shit. But when it came down to the deal with me, they offered me, they were gonna let me keep our big fancy house. Oh, I miss my hot tub that I have on the deck. They were gonna let me keep some stuff they stole out of my wife's my ex-wife, Okay, I'm like, wait a minute. All they're offering my ass is my own shit. Well, y'all know I was there protecting her in the first damn place. Okay, but it's funny because I told the guard to come into the room when we went in, and they looked at him like, "What the hell?" I said, "I asked him to come in, because And so they started, telling, "Oh, we just need you to say that you knew something was going on in your wife's store, whatever." 4.5 years after they smeared her ass, jammed the sub, lied to everybody, did all this stuff, and 6 months after they locked my ass up because I kept talking too much. You guys do not believe I was talking too much. And no, but I had an answer for him. I told him, yo no quiero ver mi casa ahorita porque me gusta la comida aquí en La Pinta. Puta. Well, no, I didn't say the last word. Sorry. I got carried away on the last one. Anyway, the guard started to laugh, and they looked and so I said, por favor, dile por favor, which means tell him please, tell him what I said. So the guard looked at those foods and said, Mr. Neighbor said that he was not in a hurry to go home today because he liked the food here in the prison. And then that's when they started shipping me all these mental evaluations. I didn't have that in my plan. But with the help from X and some friends that were helping us, and there was somebody, because when I looked down in the sand, it was not a size 16. There was not a size 16 footprint. Okay, so there was somebody all along, and then my Mexican friends helped me get off my ass and fight the forced medication order, and I blocked that shit, and then they made me stay down there for 6 more months, planning out different ways to kick their ass. Okay. But Mr. Lobeck, as far as I'm concerned, my part is ass whooping that it could be over with a simple phone call to let this young person know that y'all ass is gonna leave her the hell alone and dismiss the court cases that y'all got connected to this foreclosure bullshit attacking her property. And I reported y'all ass to the IRS. And I was talking in the other video about the IRS document, and I called it the 883. It's actually 8883 asset allocation statement. That's the statement that these attorneys or the courts, the attorneys and the courts, the servicers, all of these asshole people are supposed to, for every foreclosure, for every property seizure, they're supposed to fill out. There's like 3 other ones. That's the one I like to throw on the table because that's the hottest one. That one right there, well, I don't really need no support of the RICO. Okay? I don't need no support of the RICO because in my mind, if they drag our ass in administrative court and make you think you're in a judicial court to take your money without giving you due process, I tell people, everybody shit's no, coach. My shit this, my stuff that. I got people like want to make me read their stuff and make me look at their docket sheet and make me, all of that shit is worthless because you can't use none of that in what we're doing over here. None of it. It's all worthless because you're in their administrative freaking system. They do whatever the hell they want to when they want to. Oh, they have rules. They're for your ass to follow. But you know what? The statutes and codes, they don't have valid laws. don't have enacting clauses, titles, or bodies. They don't have the three elements. But here's the thing. Their asses are supposed to be following that shit. The government is supposed to be following that shit to make it fair for us. So we have due process, but we don't have due. That's it. People can't get that through their head. It's no. I'm sitting up here preaching, okay, and I'm not gonna say how long it took me to get it, okay, but I have seen, we did lose some people in the very beginning, some years back, okay, not that many, damn. Oh. Okay, so we need to keep looking forward. And this is what I tell people. Look forward one step at a time. One step in the process at a time. Looking forward. Looking backwards is worthless. And I was telling, looking backwards, you're not doing the same shit now that you was doing then. No offense to anybody. Okay? So you can't expect the same shit. Okay, maybe you could if there was a whole bunch of people whining and saying my shit's worthless and I had no Google review videos on my review video playlist of people in front of the okay, so no, you can't say that. Oh. So Mr. Lobeck, Mr. Lobecky, usted quiere pelear, pendejo, por favor, llámame. Okay, llámame. And that means if you want to fight, asshole, call me. I think you probably should be concerned. Oh, you know what? When you do call, my cliente, they, them, we would like to have a list of your assets so we don't have to spend a whole bunch of time looking that shit up. But you know what? We'll look it up because we're going to add them all. We added to trust. And I got people telling me, oh, you can't sue LLC. Bullshit. We can sue wherever the hell we want to. Okay. We sued Judge Deasy and her LLC Besco. Look that shit up on the YouTube on the YouTube thing. We sued both of them, and they brought these fancy attorneys from out of state to come down here and try to say, "Oh, I didn't serve the corporation." Okay, but on the paperwork they had the corporation and her name underneath it. That's the same way I put it. And then, of course, I told them I'm not an attorney. I'm not a corporation, nor am I an attorney or a corporation. So I don't follow that bullshit. And here's the thing. A corporation don't have no arms or legs, doesn't have a heart or any blood. It can't do shit without somebody writing that shit. So that's who I'm suing. And that's the same person you guys put on the paperwork y'all trying to stick in my face. And then I demand to strike their ass because they're not registered with Foreign Agent Registration Act. The Foreign Agent Registration Act is a federal law that forces these assholes to disclose a whole bunch of shit that they don't want to talk about. Now, nobody makes them do it because they're all the same assholes, just one level down here and one level up here. And then, okay, that's all I know about. That's all I'm going to talk about. But you know what? Here's the thing. If you're demanding to dismiss their shit because they're violated a federal law, this federal law was enacted in 1937, then how about the judge? No, judge in violation of Foreign Agent Registration Act too. Yeah, all of them are, pretty much. Or maybe you want to go after them for violating the Tucker's Act. The Tucker's Act is what we use to move that shit over into the International Court of Trades over there in the only judicial court that that there was. It used to be called the Botanical something. Yeah, that was the only judicial court that's left, because I think in 1933 or whenever they switched from our statutes at large, or our laws and shit were that was connected to the Constitution, when they switched from that shit over to statutes and codes, revised statutes and codes, these other countries didn't want to do business with us because they knew they were going to get screwed like we're getting, and they weren't going to follow any rules to connect to anybody's Constitution. They don't like that. The Tuckers Act is a federal law, and it mandates that these fools are stripped of their alleged qualified immunity when they violate your due process or the Fifth Amendment. Now, qualified means you got to qualify for that shit, okay? Look that shit up. It actually says qualified immunity for judicial functions. Look that shit up. They ain't doing no judicial function. It's all in the words. It's all in the words. And I was talking to a badass coach today. This coach doesn't know that this coach is a coach yet. Oh, and when people start to realize this, they start saying, "Oh, wait. Oh, I remember this. They said, whatever. This one word changed the whole thing." Now, and now, when you start saying the shit that way, you'll start reading, oh, hell, wait, how, that's eye-opening shit right there. Fire in the hole. And once you get to that point, they're not going to want your ass in their court at all. And if they have to have you in there, if you do a good job, they're going to make your ass wait till last, then move your shit over to the judge's chambers. I know what I'm talking about. I'm Coach Neighbors, and I got a badge. Oh, and yeah, I got a pink tie. This is one of my favorite ties. And you know, I've had this tie for a minute, and Lily's promoter noticed that it looked like doggy paws. I mean, what the hell? I think Lily's promoter is a little bit weird, but we're getting along just fine. So, okay, now that I'm done, I know that when you start saying stuff, people are going to get you back. But right now, I'm not worried about that because my kids are in line first to make me pay. But I hope I've changed something along the way after the fact. The Dancing Stars. Yeah, my doggy's down there taking a nap now. She's thank you for your support. Thank you all for your support. Yep. I got my pink tie on, and I got hair all over my shirt. I need to brush my dog's hair, make sure she's not touching me while I'm. Okay. Yeah, she's gonna have a little show over on Coach's Kitchen, and we're gonna switch that over to her program, and we got some flyers and some things that we're going to be posting over there and over here at the other channel for people to make donations and help support the Humane Society over here in Lawrence, Kansas. Because Lily says she got a lot of people up in there. She need to be getting out of jail. Legal Lily gonna be getting some people out of jail over there. Well, some doggies and some kitties. So I think that's all they have. Thank you guys for your support. It's really late, and Lily said she was hungry, and she needs something to drink. So I'm hungry too, but it's late to be drinking. But I mean, water. I was thinking about. I was thinking about water. Come on now, you guys just like Jackson, your lordship, shit. She's somebody leading the witness. That's all I'm saying. That's my fence D. That's defense backwards. Okay, so I'm being freaky. Thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. I gotta go get some snacks, and my dog is knocked out down there, but I'm sure she needs to go outside before we go to bed, because we can't have this waking up in the middle of the night. Actually, she wakes me up and lets me know when she needs to go out. I'm like, okay, let me get my stuff. Actually, it was nice outside today, but it's about to get cold as hell. I just thought I'd share that with y'all asses because, you guys wanted to know the weather here where I'm at, hanging out. This undisclosed location because Mr. Lobeck is looking for me. So if I disappear, I'm going to be wherever it is they're pouring concrete at. So for them. So there's going to be some other people with me, but that's where. Okay, I'm cereal. Yeah, I'm thinking my kids are thinking, oh my God, they had to grow up with me. Good night, you guys.